Looking forward to telling you about Hyvä CMS and how managing content in Magento can, while it can sometimes be very tricky and frustrating, it can also be really fun. First, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I guess this is what I use, is it? Sorry. Yeah. So, I'm a developer and architect on Hyvä CMS. One of them, I work very closely with my friend and colleague, Callum Zimmerman, and all the other good people at Hyvä. From Ireland, living in Spain with my wife and my 4-year-old boy, Maliki. This is my 3rd time to the US. I almost didn't make it. I missed my flight. I didn't lose it, like it wasn't that, it was my mistake. And that fire alarm just made me crack up because it feels like someone's not wanting me to do this talk. But I'm going for it. Yeah, and I've been working Magento, lead developer, all that kind of stuff. But I'm working with Hyvä at the moment. It's a great company, really excited about it, and look forward to telling you about Hyvä CMS. So this is what we're going to cover. A little background to content management in Magento, a demo of Hyvä CMS, a quick code example just to illustrate how easy it is to customize, and then I'm going to finish off on some useful tips. So just so we're all on the same page, because CMS can mean a couple of different things, I'm talking about the content editor, what we use to edit images, text, things like that. I'm not talking about the underlying entity, like page or product, URL keys. All that works really well. It's just the content editor. And in the Magento context, that's page builder. Right? It could be something else, but that's generally what we get. And what's important about these tools is they shouldn't require developer experience on a daily basis. Right? The merchants should be able to go in, update the content, create content easily by themselves. And I think that page builder is letting us down in that area. So how did we get here? What tools have we had? Well, we've always had HTML editing. They're great, right? If you know it. Well, most merchants don't, so let's not use it. WYSIWYG editors, all content editors need them. Magento widgets. I love these. I hope everyone else does too. They've been around since the days of Magento 1. They do exactly what you kind of expect of them. There's no previews though. The field types, there's not that many field types. It's hard to add new ones. And ever since Page Builder came along, it's a bit tricky to open them. It's a bit finicky, like clicking on the UI. We've had WordPress integrations. Do you remember these? I'm trying to forget. And then along came a great product, Bluefoot. It was acquired by Adobe. They rebuilt it as Page Builder, so it's a different product. But this was a big step up, right? We got things like layout options, drag and drop. We got kind of a preview, but it's not a preview of anything. It's just something visual on the admin panel. It's not a preview of the storefront. But it's better than what we had before, right? For me, what really frustrates me about Page Builder is how hard it is to customize. Something that should take hours takes days. There's so many XML files, there's so many JavaScript files, so it just never gets done. We never really create custom content types for Page Builder. And also, I think some merchants, not all, they don't really like Page Builder. It's not intuitive enough for them. I know a lot do, and they work really well with it. I've seen them, but it's not for everyone. And that's what's gotten a lot of us lately to be working more with external CMSs. I'm not sure if you have or haven't yet, but a lot of us are. So like, I'm talking about things like Storyblock, Prismic, Builder.io. There's a big list. So the merchant signs into a different system to update their content on Magento. But they work well. They have their component base, a bit like widgets, but a lot more powerful, a lot more options. They often come with live preview editors, which are a game changer, right? That means when you update your content, it updates immediately in the preview. So the merchant has confidence when they go ahead and click the publish button. They know what they're going to get. Some of the drawbacks, I guess, of these is the integrations, the off-the-shelf integrations. They never really fully cover it. You have to do a little bit extra for storefront languages, blogs. They don't allow you to add really any good custom fields. So if you want to add a product selector to your headless CMS to update the products on your commerce, it doesn't really work, so that doesn't cut it. And also sometimes their PHP clients don't support the correct version of Magento that you need, the PHP version that Magento needs. Well, for me, the price plans have been frustrating, right? Because clients are always shifting their plans, the features are moving around. So at Hyvä, we feel we can do a lot better, right? And we can build all those cool features directly into Magento. So you get the live preview editor, you get custom components, custom field types, and you're in control because it's all built within Magento. So why is this important, right? Well, if you have a bad CMS in place for your merchant, it affects everybody on the team. The designers, great ideas, we can't implement them. The CMS just won't support them. But it should be the other way around, right? We should have a great CMS that allows us to build in great features. It should be something that helps us, not holds us back. Developers, it takes way too long, but it's worse off for the merchant. It takes them hours to update content. And they can actually lose the content they update because they haven't clicked save in time. The system will log them out. And that brings us to an important point. There is no save to publish workflow in Magento. There's no like saving as you go and then like with versioning and then you publish it when you're ready. And it's actually the same in Shopify. It's like in Shopify, I think it's active and draft, and Magento it's enable, disabled, so on and off. We want to have a way that they can work on it and be confident and save it as they're going along, save their work, and then hit publish. Often you hear people say about page builder, preview's broken. Have you ever had a client ask you that? The preview's not working, doesn't look anything like it does on the storefront. What's our answer to that? That's the way it's expected to work. It's just no good. It's just no good, right? And I'm sure other people have other examples of things that have happened to them as well. And it really, this isn't the way it should be, right? We should be able to create amazing content together as a team, collaborate. The web allows us to build whatever we want. We should be able to go to new clients, show them sites we built years ago, and the content holds up, it performs well, and people want to move to Magento because of it. So here's a little comparison table I created. So clearly, page builder is not cutting it. At Hyvä, we're trying to change that. We've got check marks going the whole way down the board. We're going to be adding in more stuff. Anything that's a lot more is coming in, like scheduling and translations, and a lot more on our roadmap. One of the issues with page builder is it stores its HTML in the database. It renders the content and stores it in the database, so we don't have templates to update, which is not the way to do it, right? We should be storing the data in the database so we can go in and we can render the templates when they want us to change something, rather than having to go in and add hacky CSS classes to update the appearance of the content. But rather than talk about these, I'm going to show you. So in the demo, I've created a landing page that looks a bit like a Meet Magento landing page in both Page Builder and Hyvä CMS. It's going to come up any minute now. Sorry, time for me to drink water. So one of the ways you can access Hyvä is our CMS is via the page listings. You can jump directly into the editor, but I'm going to go into the Magento form here. It also works for blocks and soon-to-be products and stuff. And straight away with Page Builder, we can see that the preview doesn't look like it does on the storefront. The text is all wrong. But as soon as we enable the Hyvä editor, it actually looks the way it does on the storefront. And that toggle is really important. It means once you install Hyvä CMS, you can opt in as you want to. It sits on top. We have the component builder on the right. But really powerfully, for the merchant, they don't need to think about that. They don't have to wonder how it works. They just click on what they want to edit. It's going to open that part of the field for them. As they start typing, it's going to update in real time. So they have confidence in what they're creating. And of course, we have undo, redo. Here I have a custom component I created with a custom field type that took me like 5 minutes. And then when it updates, the seconds count down. Here we have another component. I'm going to change the image. Hyvä Commerce allows you to select, like to edit images as well. We've got lots of powerful editing software for images, for like their composition, size, and things like that. I'm just changing the image now. I'm going to change the variant template so we get a different kind of design look. That's really powerful for components because when you're building them, it comes in use when you want to make it simple for your clients. So that's a really powerful tool. Here we have a product selector. You wouldn't get this in a headless CMS. You can select your products, drag them and drop them around. Product merchandising.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? This is your fire life safety director speaking. FDNY gave us clearance to reset the devices.
Drag and drop.
Our team engineer will be going floor by floor, resetting your HVAC system manually.
Okay. I think we're okay. So you can preview on different devices. You can open in a new tab. So you get a URL you can share with your teammates, get feedback on it before you publish it. Nothing's published yet. It's secure. It only lasts for 7 days. And here we are. We're still on the old page builder page. When I hit publish, only then will update on the storefront. So we get a much nicer page now from Hyvä CMS. Now, what if we ran a promotion and we want to revert, the promotion's over, we want to revert back to that other version of the page? Rather than go in and rebuild it all over again, we go into version history. We look for the version of the page we want. We can preview it. We can do other things like pin it, to save it for later so we don't lose it. We can give it a name. Also, that preview URL you saw, we use that everywhere where there's a different version of Hyvä CMS. So I can get a shareable preview URL for my different storefronts, not just one, and share them with colleagues before I restore. I'm going to restore it now. There we go. Other things, so we ship a set of components to get you started, kind of what Page Builder has, plus a few more. I added a custom one down here for the countdown. Yeah, we got nesting. You can nest as much as you want, but don't. That's too much, I think. Copy and paste, quick actions like that. In our main menu, we have things like import, export, for migrating your content from staging to production, things like that. Migrate their existing Page Builder content into Hyvä CMS. We can see what's scheduled to be released in the future. I'll come back to that. And then, of course, we have a store view switcher, so you can see what something looks like on a different storefront with a different theme. Because that save to publish workflow, you have to have a good status indicator, and I think Danny and Hyvä did a really good job designing that one. Now I'm going to schedule something to be published. So we can select an existing release or create a new one, set the time, and then really usefully, we can change the underlying entity settings. So in this case, it's a page. So if it was disabled, we could schedule for it to be enabled at the same time. Really useful. And once it's scheduled, it's not frozen in time, right? We can go in and we can edit it. So it's never, like if you schedule something, you don't imagine it's just done. People are going to say, go and change that. So you can do that easily. Get access to all the same options, shareable preview URLs, things like that. That's Hyvä CMS in a real fast nutshell. I could talk about it all day, and I hope I get the chance to talk to you about it more. But I'm going to show you another feature of Hyvä Commerce, and that's the admin dashboard. It's coming out very soon. It's in beta at the moment. And it allows you to add widgets to your dashboard per person, right? It's not a global setting. So if you're a content editor, you have your schedule releases, and you can organize them where you want to. Sales may have something different. A really good side effect of this is the admin dashboard just loads way faster when you log in than it does with regular Magento. OK, back to the slides. So that's a great experience for the merchant. But what's it like for the developer? Well, it's really easy for the developer. There's only 2 files to edit, a JSON file and a template file. So excuse me if you're not into developing, but this at least will show you how easy it is. So to create your component, you put it in components JSON, you give it its fields, things like that. So here I'm creating a component called card. That's the identifier. I give it a label. I can give it a template if I want to. I can give it a bunch of other things, but I don't have to. It will just fall back to the defaults if I don't define them. So like things like children are important if you got like a slider or something like that. And then I choose where I want to put my fields. So in the demo, all the fields were under Content tab. You may have noticed there was a design and an advanced one. I'm going to put this title field in the Content one. I'm giving it a input type of text. I could give an input type of something else like color, image, link, products, things like that. We have dozens more to choose from. But if you can't find the one you need, you can just very easily create your own custom field type. And you just do it like this. Then you define the path to the template which holds the logic to hook into Hyvä CMS in DI.XML. When you get used to it, it's really quick to do. And then you can give it a label. You can give things like default values, comments for your input, validation rules, options if it's an array. And here I'm just adding more fields, and I've already predefined a bunch already in default.json, default design.json, so you're not repeating yourself over and over again. So that's flexible, easy. The template part's even easier. There's They just keep telling us, don't listen to anything we're doing. So the template part is even easier, right? It's just your regular template. Nothing to talk about. Get data, pass in the field name. But it's really powerful because unlike Page Builder, we can get the content from the CMS, and then we can get whatever other kind of logic from view models or whatever and build really interesting things. To make it interactive in the editor, we just use this little helper method. Yep, so that was it, really quick. But yeah, so under the hood, this is basically how we did it. We leveraged the power of the Magento framework. So like Magento, I think, is a solution, a platform, and also a framework, I would say. So you know, all the back-end stuff, all done with just good old Magento. We're using MageWire PHP. Thanks to Willem Portman. It's very fast and fun, quick to build out things. We got very fast and light front end. It wouldn't be Hyvä if we didn't. So yeah, just to finish off on some tips, keep it simple for your merchants when you're building components, setting up their CMS, right? Don't add a bunch of crazy long CSS class names to editor fields. They're not going to understand them, all right? So you're just doing that for yourself. So don't do that. Just create another field type. Make it easy for them. If you find yourself with lots of nesting, okay, like I've got lots of components, I'm nesting them down. Don't do that as well. If it's going with more than 3, just create your own component that works for your merchant. Just keep it simple. Create custom components, right? It's easy now. It wasn't with Page Builder, it is easy now. So we ship with enough like for you to get started with, but we don't want you using, well, in an ideal world, I would like every merchant to have their own set of components, so their site stands out and looks good. They're not using the same as everyone else. And it's not, you don't have to do a lot, right? You want to limit it, I think 30 at most. 15 should be enough sometimes. You don't want every website every web page looking really, really different. You want to keep it clean, not too many to be hard to manage. You follow a good design system and stay on brand, so you don't need too many. And lastly, how am I doing on time? I have no idea. Am I? Am I rushing it? Oh no, okay. So yeah, get creative. I think we've all been living in the Page Builder box for too long. And because like we have access to the code now, we can build wherever we want. And the example on here is a great one. It was done by a company in Germany called Lemundo. I don't know if I pronounced that right. But it's an interactive showroom. They've got like product hotspots, so you click on it, it gives you information about the product, things like that. And they built that in less than a day at a hackathon. I love this example. I'm not surprised it only took them that much time, but I love this example because I had a client who was paying a subscription for this exact feature. We had to load it in on an iframe on Magento, and it didn't work that well. So we can actually create really cool features like this easily, you know. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I hope people get to use it, and I see more stuff like this. That's it. If I have time for questions, I'd happily take some.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really enjoyed this exciting addition, valuable to Hyvä team. Would anyone have any questions? Yeah.
Real simple. How much is it going to be? Do you know yet?
It's part of Hyvä Commerce, so
okay,
that's
okay,
yeah. So in euros, I know it's €3,000 license fee. Yeah.
Any more questions?
So, was there a way to migrate the existing page builder content? It looked like there was, but you didn't really go into that.
Yeah, there is though. Yeah, so I can show you if you come downstairs. It's just basically click a button and it migrates it in. There's two options. It either puts it all into like HTML fields, or it tries to migrate title from page builder to title to Hyvä CMS. So you've got two options: the full migration or the easy one that always works.
The HTML is the easy one that always works.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello. Does this Hyvä CMS work with Huma terms only, or can it be also working with the custom terms, based, for example, on Luma?
I know what you mean. Yeah. At the moment, just Hyvä, but we do have plans to make it work with Luma as well.
Two quick things about, if you talk a little about the Google Lighthouse scores that Hyvä provides, and also ADA compliance.
Well, the Google Lighthouse is really up to you with this, right? It's a way of putting data, like the content data, into it, and then, well, like the custom components we ship with, they're all very lean and clean, so they will do well. But when you're creating your own custom components, you're responsible for the markup and the sizes of the image. And like with Hyvä Commerce, you can actually resize the image in the template to the size you need, so that would help with Lighthouse. What was the other one?
ADA compliance.
ADA. Someone give me the meaning of that acronym. Oh, accessibility. Yeah, ours are really good. We got Sean, who's like so passionate about that stuff, and he did that, so I'm sure that's good. Yeah.
So it's time to close very quickly, as we're running out of time. Yeah.
Yeah, I just had two quick questions.
Multi-language, and what about the image compression, editing, and things like that? I know we didn't really talk about that today.
Yeah, so like the language one is interesting because it's just sitting on top of Magento's content. Like, so you can just handle that yourself with Magento pages and store views. But we're trying to improve that, so you don't have to have several different pages for several different languages. That's coming out soon. I can show a demo of that. And the other one was?
Image compression. I know, like, there's
yeah.
things can be resized down easy. I heard something about that.
Yeah. So you have an editor in the Magento gallery. When you click on an image, you have an option to open an editor, and you can do all that kind of Photoshop-y stuff. And then in the code, we have you can size the image as how you want it in different versions and stuff like that. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Hope to chat to you all later. Cheers.